Okay, let's see. Almost, but not quite. Don't blow up. Yeah. Still running pre-rolls. So let me just get logged in. Give me one. All right. We got like a minute on pre-roll, so I'm just gonna log in and do some dailies first.
ずっと待っていましたよ。出発しましょう、指揮官。
Which, you know, actually reminds me, I didn't put Karenina out here yet. I don't know where I would put her. But for now, I'll probably take out one of those. I would have to buy a new dorm. Or I forgot where you do it. It's this one, and then it's like that. Karenina. Oh my god, her ears are so big. Huge. It's above the screen again. Alright, pre-rolls are over. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. I'm playing PGR again, but first, you know, I'm a little later than usual, so I'm very sorry about that. I did post on my Twitter, though, that I would be a little late. But yeah, I try to, you know, post updates there whenever... how do you say it? You know, whenever I know and I'm able to let you guys know that I'm running late or something like that. But, you know, I was, Twitter is something that, you know, old people use. Like me. I don't, you know, a lot of people say, Twitter is, you know, very toxic. But, you know, honestly, I'm so small that, you know, essentially no one notices me there. So it's like, it's more like I'm invisible. But, honestly, it's a lot more intuitive to me than Discord. You know, Discord is really the one that makes absolutely no sense to me. The way that people use it now, you know. I've said this before, I really don't understand the Discord, the modern way it's used. You know, I also don't understand Twitter the way that some people use it, but the way I use it is kind of I think the original intent. But yeah, Discord, What? You've been banned? What? How? What did you do? Did you get hacked? How is that possible? Wait a second. 7 months ago, was that when... Wait, no, you've logged in since then. You've, maybe not. I think I told you to look at one of my posts once. But banned. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's I have no idea. Honestly, you know, I'm very new to Twitter as well, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, make a presence, you know, at least, you know, be there. It's kind of the best way, or it's, you know, kind of what I have available right now to post updates. I really have nothing else to post updates with. You know, which is kind of the issue. Here, let's put new Karenina. Oh, she's not full yet. Signed on from a different address. Yeah, possible. That or you got hacked. That's possible too. I'm surprised you're not afraid of getting hacked for, you know, like Final Fantasy and stuff. You know, I remember back in the day with World of Warcraft, people would get hacked all the time. Maybe, you know, maybe security's better these days. Okay, so you are secured. You're good. All right, let's see how many minutes we have. 5 minutes. We can do this. Yeah, I was earlier today, I wasn't yesterday I said I might stream 2 times, or that maybe even more than might. I was saying that would. And so, I was planning to stream earlier, but I was thinking about what to stream, and then I was thinking about streaming a special Project Sekai stream, a special not like the usual one, but nothing. I was thinking about the issue with my thumb sticking on the screen, and if that came up, it would kind of ruin the whole stream, or it would ruin the purpose of the stream. So I decided, I don't think I want to do it yet. I'm not ready. I'm looking at buying those finger sleeves for phones. I remember when Razer first came up with them, it was kind of the laughing stock of the so-called PC gaming community. But even when it first came out, I thought, wow, that'd be a great idea. I hate it when my thumbs drag across the touchscreen for extended periods, and definitely for playing Project Sekai, you do it so often that it definitely feels like it's worth it in that sense. So I was thinking I'm probably gonna look into getting some of those. It would be nicer on the thumbs, and it would kind of guarantee, or make sure that I wouldn't actually get stuck trying to full combo something. Hey, Off Next, welcome to the stream. But yeah, so that's why I didn't stream earlier. And then I was thinking about what else I wanted to stream. I was like, Diablo 4, I honestly don't really want to play that one. It's kind of just there. If I had nothing to stream. But then after that, it was kind of in the middle of the afternoon, like the late afternoon, and it was pretty warm. Like, it was really hot here. There's like another heat wave coming, and I think the peak is like today or tomorrow. So it got real uncomfortable, and then I just didn't feel like streaming. Hey Takshikuzu, welcome back. But then I was also, sorry I'm late. So after it was so hot, then the only thing left was I was thinking about streaming Duolingo. And then Duolingo, and I was like, I don't really feel like doing that either. And then after that, I kind of felt I didn't feel too well, so I kind of took a nap. But and then so I was running late, so I was still eating, and I didn't finish showering until just about 20 minutes ago. So that's why I'm running a little bit late. Yeah, but I think I decided I do want to. We're gonna do story today for Punishing Grey Raven. It's been a week. I'm not really in the mood for it, but once I get started, then I can't stop because I just enjoy it. So that's the plan today. We're doing a New Divide story, so it's gonna be a lot of spoilers. I guess I should add it to the title, maybe. Like I'll add it to the end of it. But I'm just knocking out a couple dailies right now. Yeah, about dailies. I feel like there's a lot of drama around this Eden Festival this time. So it's definitely not ideal this time. But that won't change our vote. We're still voting for Lucia Plume regardless. But I do feel like the community has changed quite a bit since the PC release. Definitely feels different. Okay, let's do the easy one first. But yeah, story. I think this is chapter 19, so it's supposed to be a main chapter. But just like the last 2 patches, it doesn't look like there is a hidden story, and it doesn't look like there's an interlude either. So it's actually pretty. I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty short story, just like the last 2 patches. So we will probably finish it in 2 days, which is quite short compared to surviving Lusa. including the character interlude, which took us almost 2 full weeks to do the story. So it's quite a difference. But that's all we have, so that's all we can do. I have voiced my disappointment over the kind of the amount of content in the recent PGR patches compared to before. They're still doing a lot of great stuff. Definitely, there were a ton of quality of life fixes and changes. Definitely amazing, like the pets on the teams and the new leap frames and stuff like that. Very nice. But at the same time, it does feel like the patch content itself is much less than before. I kind of forgave them because of Hikma patch, because it was a transcendent patch as opposed to a uniframe or an omniframe patch. But for the Karenina patch to be 6 weeks and to essentially only have 4 events over 6 weeks is a little bit bare bones. Almost died there. Oh, we're gonna miss that one too. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Eden Festival's a mess with the festival battleground as well as the just the Eden Festival itself. I feel like paired with the PC release, it's definitely kind of a recipe for disaster. But that's enough of that. Okay. So yes, if you're playing, vote for Lucia. not this Lucia. Vote for not this one. Vote for this Lucia. Even though she's probably not gonna win, I'm still voting for her. All right, let's finish this first, and then we'll get to story. I'm just stalling. This is just like when I'm doing Wonderland Showtime story too. I'm just stalling. Okay, let's see who we need. Desire to win. Foolish looking wise man. Foolish looking. I don't think we'll run out of gifts today. Maybe tomorrow though. Yeah, I think yesterday definitely stalling. Yes, you know me. I'm stalling because I'm avoiding doing the voiceovers. Every time it's always like that. And then once I get started, then I just enjoy it. But I'm still, it's kind of embarrassing. But essentially as the type of streamer that I am, I'm getting paid to be embarrassed. So it's not the worst thing in the world. On the outside, your ego may hurt, but it's not that bad. Okay, dispatch. I mean, these are dailies. We have to do them anyways. But that's how it is. Yeah, I wanted to do a special Project Sekai stream this afternoon, but I figured with the whole phone situation, it's still not ideal. So I didn't want to. My eyes were tired, and I didn't want to mess up halfway, which would kind of ruin the point of the stream. So then I went through the other options. I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. What I really want to do is some some gray area illegal stream stuff. It's not. I mean, it's not like super illegal, but it's like slightly copyright things. Definitely, people do this on. People even have VODs on YouTube too. But it's technically illegal to stream a textbook. But no one's gonna. They're not gonna bother suing you. Okay, let's see. Lucia and Watanabe. Let's hope we have enough. Lucia. But yeah, I really need to catch up on my Japanese studies. That's kind of what I want to do the most. That's kind of why, you know, that's one reason I wanted to stream Duolingo. But you know, even a while back, for Duolingo, it's definitely not the most efficient way to learn a language. It can definitely be the most fun. It can also be the easiest, easily motivated. Like, it requires the least amount of motivation, the smallest barrier of entry, as well as the smallest self-effort you have to put in. Since it's on your phone, it's so easy. It's like it's practically hard. It's practically harder to, you know, not do it. Okay. Did we vote for Lucia already? I think we did. And we maxed out Lucia, so I think we're working on Nanami's title. But I think there's a chance that we may not get her title because she's getting kicked out in 2 days, basically. So we're probably out of luck. I think we might have gotten. We don't even have it yet. Oh no, it's not gonna happen. 2 more days, yeah. We'll get the base one, but we won't be able to get the silver one. So yeah, sorry about that. Okay. And because you see, this is the normal Sunday for PGR right here. So you'll see pretty soon, in a few more seconds. Then auto, max, confirm. I'll even do friends list, claim, deliver. That didn't go through. There it goes. And ta-da! We are done with PGR dailies. That's it. So I don't even have anything to stall with now. Yeah, let's check on events. I think oh, we can do this one. I totally forgot about this one. Yeah, this one we still have a long ways to go. So we'll be doing this a few more days. Yes, we'll do story right after this. Oh no, they're gonna kill each other. They're not looking. Oh no! Yeah, okay, we'll get to story. After this, I mean, there's nothing I can stall with. There's simply no option to stall with. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better than earlier now. You know, earlier I wasn't feeling so great. But you know, now I'm feeling all right. So I think I'll be able to do story. Honestly, I think I was just a little hungry. That's what I was. I was hungry. No, don't hit. I'm trying not to hit you. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was I guess it was an unusual day for me. I mean, it's not like my usual schedule, so you know, my dining was a little bit different. I think I skipped a meal, which is why I was feeling so bad. Yeah, I think mostly I skipped a meal, so it was it's not feeling too well. I guess I was hungry, but I didn't realize it. You know, when I was younger, I could go a long time without eating, but now I can't. So yeah, I just finished eating, and then I took a shower, and then so you know, I'm good to go now. Hopefully, we can get in 3 hours of story, maybe even a little more. Nice. I don't know if they suddenly learned what to do, or if they're just not moving. Because people don't understand this one, or I mean, some people are they just want to fight. Yeah, take care then. Don't catch a cold. It's been here's pretty hot. Oh no, what happened to them? Oh, they stood in the red. They were just AFK. I couldn't help them there. That's their own fault. Sorry. Okay. All right. Okay, we made some progress there. This last one will take a few more days though. So, you know, a few more days. We'll come back. I was like, well, we could do one more. Nah. Here, let's claim this one. Ta-da. All right. Okay, but, you know, ooh, what's this? Pixel Master. Okay. Another collectible. All right, but, you know, there's no more delaying now. So, let's get to it. Here we go. It's been a while, you know. It's been a while. Okay. I guess it's been you know, the last story was here, Arc Beyond. It was a floating record. But you know, it does kind of tie into the main story as well. So, let me change the stream title to include spoilers. I got a lot of spoilers. Spoilers, there's story time, reading time. Spoilers, of course. All right, here we go. All right. So, a new divide story. Go through here. Main story, so it's supposedly a big deal. But, you know, I always like to do a minor recap. But to be honest, I don't remember the early parts of the story a lot. So like chapter 1 through 8, that's a full 2 years ago now. And I really don't remember much of it. Looking from these pictures though, you know, there was the beginning, there was Alpha, there was Nozzle, you know, so their punishing virus is, you know, broken out. You know, the world is, you know, world has kind of ended. You know, humanity has retreated to the space station, and you know, they have some, you know, refugees here and there. But you know, essentially there was the mechanoids are corrupted and they're, you know, killing everyone. So it's basically a zombie virus that works on humans and machines. So, you know, along the way, then they found ascendants, you know, which are kind of immune to that, and they kind of control the corrupted. You had some sentient machines too. You had Forsaken, they were abandoned by Babylonia and left on the surface. You definitely had some, you know, bonding time with Grey Raven. Nanami, who's kind of a troll at the time. We don't know much about her other than that she's, you know, very silly and everything she says is kind of nonsensical. You know, Karenina doesn't like, you know, this patch involves a lot of Karenina, but you know, Karenina's with the engineering force. She sees Lucia as her rival, and she's very angry and likes to curse a lot. I mean, Bianca is kind of the only one who can rein her in. And then, you know, they had Kamui, you know, who is kind of like embedded in the psyche of Kamui, and you know, it's kind of a mess all over the place. But the real story is, you know, starts on chapter 9, so that's when it starts to get better. So here is when they go to the space station. So in the space station, then they found a there was something, they lost contact with like the space station or something, and there was something building inside of it, which was the hetero core. So this is like an evolution of the punishing virus. But eventually it you know, it crashed down to Earth. And so the space station went down, and the hetero core crashed to Earth and landed on the train here. The Eternal Engine, Actolect. God, this was so long ago too. You know, but here we met with Sophia and Chang Yu and I forgot what they're called. But basically the train here, then they, you know, they fought the hetero core, they defeated it. And you know, the ascendants are kind of, you know, scheming in the background still. So here, then they kind of this is where it starts to get good. Chapter 12. So here is when they're aboard a ship, the Niter, I think. And I'm trying to remember so hard. I'm so bad at this. Yeah. Oh god, it's so long too. I don't remember if Ku was here too. I think so, but I really don't remember. Anyway, that involves a Niter, and here's Kowloon Metropolis. So this is when things start getting good. So that's when the Ascendants decide to assault Kowloon for their version of their supercomputer AI, Hwashu, which is kind of like a prototype or like a clone of Gestalt, the AI above Babylonia, I think. And here, this is where, spoiler alert against spoilers. This is very, very major spoilers. This is where Lucia dies. So Lucia dies here. But you can read it more into it later. But essentially, Lucia's Lotus gets reborn as Plume, and then in her new Plume phrase, she dies right there. So the new Plume that we know is actually just her reconstituted memories. So it's different from the Lucia we knew before. And then we have 13. This is where we the showdown with the Ascendants finally. So this is Fake Ascension. This is also a very big chapter. This is where Luna's gone missing. So after the big battle with Gabriel and his giant hetero creature kaiju thing, essentially Luna's lost at the time and it's been gone ever since. But soon after here, then Gabriel gets defeated by Alpha. I think in between these two chapters somewhere. And so that was kind of a big finale here. 12 is really great too. It's where it starts to get great. 14 was when we started discovering the additional Ascendants that never showed up until now. So they had the kind of another hidden faction of Ascendants, specifically Vonnegut and some other ones. So Cinderella, I think we met her here. The Merciful one, I don't remember if she showed up. But here they're scheming again with they're Ascendants, so they're immune to the virus. But here they were building the hetero hive mother. So that famous boss that people have seen many times, fought many times. It was here. So here's Chrome. Chrome. So Lucia's frame here is upgraded. It's like a newer one, so it's better equipped to deal with the higher punishing concentration, I think. And then Chrome also has that type of upgraded frame. So at this time, those two are kind of the stronger frames from Babylonia. They defeat the hetero hive mother, but the Ascendants escape, I think. Okay, so I think it's during this time, somewhere here. So Echo Frozen Darkness is kind of involves Alpha and Rosetta a little bit early on. Grand Blue is it's a little bit fillery. It's just an excuse for a beach episode. But they do go over I think they find some old scientists and some research on stuff. So that's why it really is kind of extra story. Burn Knight is more of also Project Winter and Amberia. So it's more of Rosetta's story too. So a little bit more backstory there. Lost chapter here is 3 short stories, one with Changyu, one with Pulao, and one with Ku. Kind of little backstory. And here, Echo Aria. So Echo Aria is kind of a big deal. So this is probably the main, this is like the only one in extra story which does not belong there. It is totally a main story. But essentially here, where are we? I think 15, I think between 14 and Echo Aria is when they start seeing the red tide. So there's this flood of punishing virus that comes up from the ground and it kind of soaks up and destroys everything, and it starts to grow these newer evolutions of creatures. So here, Echo Aria is with Selena, the fan favorite, Eden Festival winning Selena. I'm very bitter about it, but from there on, then the red tide is the newer threat, which is kind of it's beyond the older the older virus, the general virus from pre-chapter 9, the hetero virus, which from 9 to like 12, to the new hetero creatures and the higher the red tide stuff. So from there on, then 15. You see, 15 actually kind of deserves to be an extra story. So 15 actually, Last Spark, is more of an extra story than Echo Aria. So essentially, Last Spark, they go to an old research center in the middle of the ocean, and Vera, she discovers some old secrets. They discover some old files. That's it. So they could have explained that away in one sentence, but they didn't. So that's that. And so here's the Red Tide. So the Red Tide, Hetero Hive Mother, they defeated one Hetero Hive Mother here. So they think they have the upper hand on Ascendant. So then this is here where they thought that Babylonian nuked. They essentially nuked the Red Tide, where they fired their orbital laser at it. But it didn't work. Spoilers. So here I think this is when they discover a new Hetero Hive Mother signal. And this is a huge operation with where they thought they thought the Ascendants were on the run, or the newer Ascendants were on the run, and so they had multiple teams here, including Grey Raven, of course. I think Cerberus was there, and then Vanessa's team Egret was there as well as a lot of old names. And they got there, they found the Hetero Hive Mother, and then the twins came out. So it's the next evolution of the punishing virus, and the twins basically destroyed them all. They killed a couple important characters off. I think Simon died, and I think Hans died. And then after that, then all hell breaks loose, which brings us to chapter 17. Or chapter 17, Surviving Lusum. That's the big one that everyone seems to really, really love, and for good reason. But it was a really long story. Oh my god, took me like 2 weeks to do it all. But it was pretty great. It's very epic. But essentially, after the twins broke out, then the Ascendants kind of went on a full offensive. Essentially they woke up the hetero creatures all around the world, and they started to destroy all the remaining human bases on Earth. And they really had nothing they could do. There was just so many. They all were organized, no longer like zombies. Now they're like an army. And so they're on the retreat, but the only hope left for them is the file that they discovered in chapter 15, which is a prototype for I think they called it Omega Weapon or something, but essentially it's something that could counter the virus directly. And so somewhere here, I think one of these, Liv, decides to volunteer herself for the project and get herself fitted into a frame with the weapon. But at great risk to herself. There's a very low chance of survival, and even if it's successful, there's like a time limit on when she's running that frame. So eventually, everything looks bleak, everyone's dying, and then Liv comes and saves everyone at the end, essentially, with her new frame, Imperia. So Imperia is now currently the strongest, frame of the Babylonians, and that's kind of where the story has left off. Then we had, a couple more side stories. We had, Recitativa, which led to nothing. We had Reveries with a Whale, which is a side story for Pulau. Then we had Arc Beyond. So Arc Beyond and Her Last Bow tie in pretty close together. 1 second. So, essentially, after surviving Lusem, this is kind of the end of one of the stories. So, the first phase was just the generic virus. Then this is the hetero core stage with the Ascendants attacking, and this is when they fought off the Ascendants, and they they stopped Luna, and then Luna kind of has been missing ever since. It's been a whole year already, but since then then they had the new Hetero Hive Mother and the birth of the twins and the Red Tide, so the next evolution of the punishing virus. And now humanity has fought back with Liv's Imperia frame, and everything's looking great. But there's still danger on the horizon, which is what Her Last Bow is about. So Her Last Bow is Nanami, kind of partnering with the Gestalt AI in Babylonia, running simulations on the future. So she's, from their perspective, they're running simulations, but to her and the audience, it's kind of like her traveling to the future. So essentially, this is kind of like a time travel story where she goes to different versions of the future, which Gestalt is calculating, and in all of them, basically, humanity is wiped out. Either they destroy the world and it's an endless winter, or they're at war with the machines. So here Nanami, we learned finally this is pretty cool because they never really addressed it too directly in the past, but they really fleshed out Nanami and kind of her role in all this. So she has a bigger role than just being a troll. So essentially, Nanami is actually that's why this story and Hikma story, Arc Beyond, are essentially they're essentially tied together. So here we learn that Nanami is actually she's not a construct, which is human consciousness put into a mechanical body. She's actually a artificial AI, so she's a mechanoid. But then she's developed sentience, and she's kind of the first. And through this story and Hikma's story, she was actually the Sage Machina, which was referenced to in the earlier chapters with Nozzle, like chapter 1 or 2. And the Sage Machina that those awakened machines were talking about was actually Nanami since the beginning. So that's kind of her role now. But essentially, there was a faction of awakened mechanoids, who were awakened by Nanami, but didn't really follow her directly. They kind of just awakened and they kind of came to their own conclusions. But they wanted to essentially destroy all of humanity. And I guess Nanami kind of defeated them and talked them out of it at the end of this one. And that's kind of where we left off right now. At least that's what I can remember. Okay. So yeah, that's been a lot of stalling. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we're here in New Divide. All I know is it involves Karenina, and they're going to the lunar base. So something's gonna happen. But what? I don't know. Is it related to the new Transcendent factions? Is it related to Luna, who's been missing for a year? Is it related to the robot factions? Which Nanami has kind of taken her role as the Sage Machina, their leader now. Or is it something new? Red Tide related perhaps? The twins are technically gone already. Excuse me. So, but I don't think there's a hidden story, so it's just gonna be just normal. No interlude either. So that was a long recap, but let's get to it. A New Divide. Brazen fire. The last torch of humanity's future is burning 363,300 kilometers from the Earth right now. Right there on the moon. So I don't remember what happened. Who's this guy? This guy is completely new. Norman, don't tell me. Is this guy related to Norman War? I hate him already if it is. Looks like he's telling a story though. A long time ago, there was a bunch of happy rabbits. Every day they enjoyed a meal of carrots that grew from the earth. Their lives were blissful, free from worry. One day they discovered the carrots bathed in the moonlight would become even sweeter and tastier. The gears in their little brains started turning.
Wouldn't it be great if we could eat these extra sweet carrots all the time? Why don't we just keep the moon with us then? How will we do that? Hold her back, Grab a rope, let's pull the moon back.
Eager to taste the sweetest carrots ever, the rabbit worked together, twisting and weaving the carrot leaves until they made a long rope.
Hiya!
They finally grabbed a hold of the moon, using their combined might. The rabbits tried their hardest to tie down the moon in the sky. Usually, normally it's a narrator, but now I have this guy here. This very flamboyant, doesn't seem like he belongs in Babylonia kind of guy.
We'll soon get our bellies full.
The rabbits cheered and chanted. Did they actually get what they hoped for in the end? Well. A New Divide. Maybe I should just use my narrator voice. Okay, so this is this background is the hospital room where where us and Liv were kind of recovering. So maybe it's leaving off from chapter 17, not quite sure. Alright, it has been a while since Grey Raven returned to Babylonia with the survivors. The doctor from the Star of Life said you started sleeping since Liv reverted to the Eclipse Ring, though you have no idea how much time has passed. Okay, let's it's been a while since they returned to Babylonia, so since chapter 17. Liv is outside, out of her Imperia frame because she can't last in it. So she's back in Eclipse for now. You were heavily infected when you retrieved Liv's mind shards, so much that despite getting her back, you fell unconscious while she changed her frame. This is still Liv's old professor, I think. I don't remember what voice I used though, so I'm sorry if you remember the old one. You suffered a deadly concussion. I know you've miraculously awakened, but the truth is, I wasn't expecting you to wake up at all. Making comprehensive notes on your report, the Star of Life Doctor frowns as she goes over the thorough records. Your mind beacon is still slightly corrupted, and your body is still covered in old injuries, so you're not leaving until I say otherwise. Stay in the rehabilitation room instead of going on missions if possible. Alright. If possible. Also, don't walk around on your own just because you're feeling a bit better. You hear me? You feel a surge of embarrassment as the doctor departs with a distrustful gaze. A familiar voice speaks beside you. Wait. Simon. Didn't Simon die? Are we dead? Wait. I'm very sure Simon. I'm pretty sure Simon died. I even wrote this down, I think. I mean, maybe he didn't die. What the? I don't know what's going on. I guess not.
Hey, you heard the doc. Get some rest, Chief. Just ask me if you need something.
I could have sworn Simon's dead. In chapter 16 too. But, Simon closes the book he is reading and turns to look at you with kindness. He is similarly covered in injuries, but he looks well. Maybe he got saved from the brink of death. It's possible. Because I'm pretty sure it was on the retreat, when everyone was just falling over. Hans stayed to detonate the thing at the end. But, Simon covered our retreat and he was, overwhelmed by the... I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I could be remembering wrong, which is, also very likely. It's happened quite a few times. But, okay, let's go. Simon closes the book he is reading and turns to look at you with kindness. He's similarly covered in injuries, but he looks well. You're looking pretty lively today, Simon.
Yeah, they're probably discharging me tomorrow after the inspection today. HQ told me they assigned Dark Ares with new members after I'm ready.
Are you staying in the army? Simon is not as adamant as the other soldiers, so there does not seem to be a reason he must stay in the army. After that excruciating battle, no one would bat an eye if he applied for early retirement. Would bat an eye.
I suppose someone like me, who always got last place, doesn't make the most reliable commandant, does it?
I didn't mean that. Smiling with a hint of embarrassment, Simon fiddles with his book before revealing a resolute gaze you have never seen. I could have sworn he's dead. I even wrote this down somewhere. Simon died. Simon, her last spouse story. Mecanonymy. Live Imperia interlude. Duolingo. Man, this was really early on. I guess he's alive. Okay, let's continue.
This is a textbook from FOS College. I never really thought it back in... I never really read through it back in school, which would explain my grade. But if I can start learning new tactics and considering new perspectives, perhaps I will save a lot more lives in the future. Just like you guys did, Chief.
You will, Simon.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Didn't you say I could ask you if I need something?
Of course. What do you need? Are you sure this is fine? The doctor told you not to walk around.
You wrap your arm around Simon's shoulder, walking along a corridor in the Star of Life Medical Center, while your whole body is in pain. She said not to walk around on my own.
That's why you're the chief. You clearly twisted her words, but I'm still convinced.
Lucia's and Lee's frames were heavily damaged after the battle, their minds showing signs of infection. Still, repaired and examined, they have since recovered and started going on missions with other squads. You worry most about Liv. She switched to the specialized frame without a commandant to stabilize her mind, and now the damage has put her in a coma, her treatment marred by the unknown qualities of her new frame. I could have sworn Simon was dead.
We're here, Chief.
Stopping before an ICU ward, you look through its thick glass windows and see Liv surrounded by a lot of medical devices.
Liv saved everyone back there. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Without her risking her life, no one would have survived that encounter. Not Lucia, Lee, or even the entire human race. Not to mention this moment of respite she has given you all. But the girl who saved the world is now slumbering here, and the only thing anyone can do is pray. 1 second, I gotta check my times. Alright, let's go. I haven't done Liv voice in so long. Because essentially Liv, Grey Raven and Liv have been missing. They didn't show up in her last bow, and they didn't show up in the Arc Beyond either. Liv used to be the most challenging voice I had, back in the day, before Pulau came out.
Oh, Liv. And we probably felt the same when you were in a coma, Chief.
Her condition will not get any better with you staying by her side and doing nothing. Those who can still contribute should have. Let's go back.
Alright, you still have physical therapy this afternoon. Doctors are gonna be mad if you miss it again.
Simon suddenly stops, recalling something.
By the way, Chief, do you know a construct from the engineering force named Karenina?
Oh. Hilda. Okay, I don't remember what Hilda's voice was like. It kind of is like halfway to grandma. President Hassan. This new guy, Norman. And Nicola. Alright, here we go. I'm sorry, Mr. Representative. He is. Oh my god, he's that Norman. I hate him. Everyone hates him. That guy. I'm sorry, Mr. Representative from Norman Mining Corp. Leonardo Norman, but Norman will do. That's the name people know after all. Norman Mining Corporation controlled almost every mining operation on the surface back in the Golden Age. After Babylonia retreated to space, it gave up its operations on Earth and turned its gaze toward the moon. The rich helium-3 reserves on the moon is what powers Babylonia every day. It is even used to trade for essentials with Earthbound organizations like the ACA. What is the ACA? I don't know. Let's go. On the other hand, Norman Mining Corp's comprehensive knowledge of the surface also makes it an important partner of the WGAA. That's the World Government Archaeological something. The one that, Selena and Ayla are with. And apparently, it was in the Eden Festival, the questions when you recruit them. Apparently Vera likes to watch stage plays there or something. Oh my god, this motherfucker's sorry. This guy is he's a council member too. Politicians, I hate them all. Councilman Norman, this is a very important meeting. We don't need you telling us a bedtime story here. Come on, everyone's so serious right now. I thought I'd lighten the mood, no? The other council members sigh and sneer, not worrying that Norman can hear them. But Norman does not react. He seems to be familiar with this kind of response. Norman Mining Corp has never been interested in politics, but they have sent the infamously perverse eldest son of the family to this council meeting for some reason. Rich kid. Nicholas sighs while Hassan nods, crossing his arms intrigued. So, did the rabbits pull the moon back in the end? Oh, well, they were rabbits, weren't they? Of course they couldn't pull off a stunt like that. That would be ridiculous. Unlike the part where they grabbed a hold of the moon with a rope. Norman ignores Nicola's interruption and continues, chuckling. But the sweet, sweet carrots were all the rabbits could think about, so they couldn't let go of their rope. Eventually, the moon pulled them away, and the rabbits ended up on the surface of the moon, never to return. This is like Loporritz from FF14. So what? The rabbits wouldn't worry about that, obviously. They honestly thought the moon was theirs. They cheered triumphantly after all. They were just a bunch of happy rabbits. Are you suggesting that humans are those dumb rabbits? No. This is just a popular fairy tale where I came from. And I didn't think that rabbits were stupid either. Norman bows elegantly, his etiquette clashing with his flamboyant outfit. Cool story, Councilman Norman. You can't say cool story. Yeah, my sisters always call me a good storyteller. Hassan politely smiles before turning back to the spacious Parliament Hall and nodding, and the annoyed council members gradually quiet down. This happens to be a very intense meeting, so thank you, Councilman Norman, for the brief amusement. But I'm afraid we must return to the matter at hand. How are we going to save humanity from our biggest threat yet? The hollow screen in the hall displays destruction caused by the global mutation of the hetero creatures. Although we found ourselves possessing a weapon that can counter the twins and large-scale punishing virus infections with a new specialized frame deployed, earning us a difficult victory. But the development of specialized frame continues to be riddled with problems. The research on how to stabilize them, in particular, will be our key to reclaiming the Earth in the future. Nicola and Hassan exchange a look, and Hassan continues. This catastrophe has greatly impaired the task force members deployed to the surface. Some teams never returned. Confronting an unexpected calamity, they chose to stand and fight on the front line for humanity, buying us the time to plan and strategize right now. All the council members remain silent. Some look upset, probably suffering from loss, while some look terrified, fearing that the coming war will cost them everything they have. Amidst all of them, one person raises his hand and stands up. He's a member of the diplomatic court, Kurono, one of Collins. Collins! Collins! Oh, that guy too. Hassan and Nicola exchange a look, frowning slightly. Hassan gestures to the man. Councilman List, from the diplomatic court. The floor is yours. Collins. I should just use my Collins voice on him. Oh, let me check my times. This is I should probably run my break now. This is gonna be real boring. Sorry, guys. I will be right back though, pretty soon. But thank you, and we'll continue right here. So this is another Kurono guide, along with the other one, not Hilda, the younger one. He's also another politician. But we'll get back to it soon. Thank you, everyone. Man, that's the second time I've gotten hiccups today. Alright, be right back. All right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting, everyone. But I was just thinking, you know, on my break, this might be one of those stories where, you know, we never see Grey Raven again, which is, you know, something that I don't like. Well, I don't like it because, you know, my favorite character is in Grey Raven, so I wouldn't mind, you know, Grey Raven getting back together. But you know, they do have these patches which are kind of focused around, you know, side characters and you know, stuff like that, which is really nice for that character. But you know, at the same time, I was just thinking, when's the last patch that Grey Raven actually showed up? I think it was Surviving Lusa, so that's 4 patches ago, you know, which is almost half a year. Let me pull it up, right? Yeah, because we had New Divide, Arc Beyond, Her Last Bow, Reference with the Web, Recitativo di Fantasia. 5 patches. It's been over half a year since the last time we've seen Grey Raven in a story. Yeah. And you know, same thing with Luna. You know, Luna's been missing for a whole year. And it's kind of a big deal. All right, now we're back. Where do we leave off? This is a new slimy politician, one of Colin's. Councilman Litz. Oh, I can't say it. List. Nods before entering some data on the screen next to him, projecting them on the holo screen. He looks more serious than Collins. I don't want to overlap his voice with Nicola though, so I don't know. According to the information the military has published. I need something slimier. Scummier. According to the that, or I just throw Colin's voice on. It doesn't fit him though. Collins looks super, you know, like you know, too animated. This guy's like too serious. According to the information the military has published, our task force, when compared with the data of previous battles, is spent way beyond what is acceptable. Given the current strength, dare I say the task force can't even guard Babylonia against the evolving hetero creatures. Destroying them on a meaningful scale and reclaiming the conservation areas is a pipe dream. List pauses. Lists. I have no idea. Litz pauses, his gaze sweeping across the hall. And he lets a deafening silence flood the room. I have no intention to blame the military command or our task force, but even with their exceptional service, our fight against the punishing virus is still resulting in heavy losses. Yeah, so their plan's not working. They have Liv now, but you know, it's just one person against, you know, armies. Indeed, the battles are much crueler than these numbers. Constructs and commandants were performing their duties to reclaim the Earth when they met their ill-fated ends, combating enemies beyond our understanding. They are glorious warriors, are they not? The children of Earth, just like us, are they not? They have every right to share in humanity's future. Are you suggesting giving up on reclaiming Earth? Are you going to let their sacrifices be in vain? Looking into Litz's eyes intently, Nicola has a feeling that this man must have a card up his sleeve. He would not have incited the council members otherwise. I do not object to reclaiming the Earth. It is our past, our future, even. But we must ask ourselves, is it time for us to consider another path? If we stop fighting and let the punishing virus spread, the people will suffer, and Babylonia won't remain unscathed. We can't be sure that the fully evolved hetero creatures and corrupted wouldn't destroy this ark. Don't forget that Babylonia was created as a superluminal colony ship. It's a ship that's meant to sail toward the stars, not an ark to survive a flood. Nicola chuckles. If that's List's card, he might be a little too naive. Since you didn't forget, I'm sure you'll also recall that Babylonia can only run on regular fuel right now. The zero-point engine designed to power Babylonia originally was the reason this apocalypse started. What if? Lit's dreadful noise follows Nicola's words like a cobra catching its prey. What if I tell you that the utilization of zero-point energy is no longer a dream? After a brief silence, the room explodes with questions. All the council members are stunned by Lit's words, eager to know more about the thing he said, zero-point energy. So, from what we learned in Atlantis or Last Spark, the Vera patch, when they went to Atlantis, is that the origins of the punishing virus, no one really knows where it came from. It's still kind of a mystery. But what they did discover that is that it was originally it came out from the 0-point reactor. So this is like some kind of new energy source. It's like beyond fusion. It's essentially creating energy from nothing. Or if other people theorize, maybe from another dimension or another point in time or another universe. But kind of in Last Spark, they were trying to discover the origins. Like, is it is it something that just evolved out of nothing, or was it sent from somewhere or someone? And so they haven't run the 0-point energy reactors since the outbreak, I think. But now he says they are, so they have an option. So we'll find out.
As you all know, during a not-so-secret military operation, the Grey Raven Commandant retrieved a file from Atlantis, the 0-point research city. Okay, I just explained everything he's going to explain right now. So, I guess my explanation was a little premature, but here we go. Let's changes the display content on the holo screen into the Omega file, the data with which the Atlantis researchers traded their lives. This is an incredibly valuable file. It shows us that under specific conditions, a running 0-point reactor can create a field that absorbs the punishing virus.
That was how we managed to create the specialized frame with the Omega weapon that we defeated the twins. The new specialized frame was what caused the military to work with Kurono.
Exactly. However, those noble researchers have perhaps left us with an even more significant insight.
Nodding, let's turn to the next page of his presentation.
During their research, they tried to recreate the process of how the 0-point reactor created the punishing virus. They documented their experiments, hoping to leave behind valuable data. While they never saw the virus manifest, those researchers still preserved the Omega file alongside all the data from running their 0-point reactor.
Hilda also realizes what List is suggesting.
Which means, in a way, they discovered how to generate 0-point energy without causing a punishing virus outbreak. Indeed, this will be our basis for restarting the 0-point reactor. The last torch of humanity's future is burning 363,300 kilometers from the Earth now, right there on the moon.
All the council members gasp. Almost all of them turning toward the moon that is seemingly just outside their grasp. To test how 0-point energy would perform under low gravity in space, Babylonia's 0-point reactor and the manufacture of its engine were sent to the propulsion lab on the moon during Babylonia's production. Upon discovering the connection between 0-point reactors and the punishing virus, the reactor and the lunar base that housed it have been discarded, now managed by Norman Mining Corp, lunar mining company.
This is why Norman's eldest son has been invited to this meeting?
Noticing Nicola's piercing gaze, Norman, who is playing with the switch of the monitor before him, waves and smiles at Nicola. Hate that guy already.
With Norman Mining Corp's generous assistance, we had a chance to test our theory, and our tests have shown the most promising results.
The projected graph shifts once again, displaying a list of data and a photo of a dazzling blue light. The signature optical effect when 0-point energy is generated.
Our tests find the lunar reactors running only at 45.37% of its theoretical capacity when replicating the data from the Atlantis reactor. But that is enough to sustain Babylonia's current operations and future voyage. The most important thing is there has been no sign of the punishing virus at our test site, which means we can attach the 0-point engine to Babylonia and use its almost limitless energy to turn Babylonia back into a colony ship as we set sail for the stars away from Earth.
This will mean the punishing virus infected planet and its myriad of dangers will no longer concern Babylonia. Humanity would begin anew, which is undoubtedly a very tempting proposition given the current situation.
Only if your data is reliable. Even the Norman Mining Corp doesn't possess researchers' experience with 0-point reactors and colony ships. I have every right to doubt the legitimacy of this report.
Nicola might have called them the Norman Mining Corp's researchers, but he knows very well that it must be Kurono scientists on the lunar surface right now.
Our researchers aren't the only ones. We only managed to restart this project because we received assistance from an expert on Babylonia and zero-point energy. Commander Nicola must know our expert very well.
Only now does Nicola realize. He always thought he was the only one using Kurono, but he was never aware that Kurono was using him as well. Politics.
Karenina. Indeed, Karenina from the engineering force might be the most knowledgeable person on Babylonia's design, and despite the study on zero-point energy having stopped for years, she remains one of its leading researchers.
More importantly, Karenina is a member of Babylonia. Her position is above reproach. That means Karenina is pretty smart, despite her spiky exterior.
Well, I believe the idea to relaunch Babylonia's voyage is convincing enough for a proposal then, President Hassan.
Hassan nods as he looks around the parliament. We'll begin our vote on Councilman Litz's proposal. Without much discussion, an overwhelming majority has voted to restart the zero-point nuclear reactor and leave the ever-growing threats of the surface, turning humanity's gaze toward the unknown stars.
I'll also vote yes, but as the head of the control court, I should remind you that you have overstepped your role as a member of the diplomatic court by plotting the secret scheme of yours. There will be consequences.
Litz nods, his gaze moving past Hilda onto Hassan, showing no signs of fear.
Of course, I accept any punishment.
98.5% are in favor of Councilman Litz's proposal, 0% have opposed, and 1.5% have abstained. The supporting rate is higher than the minimum requirements. This proposal has passed. In that case, I hereby announce that... At that moment, Parliament suddenly receives an emergency comms request from Celica. Hassan hesitates for a few seconds before deciding to answer the call. So Celica has a voiceover now somewhere, but I've never done it. I don't know it. I've never listened to it. Celica. Fan favorite Celica. Overlord Celica.
President Hassan, we just received an urgent message from the lunar base. Our initial assessment believes it requires an immediate response.
Who sent it?
Karenina.
Frowning, Hassan looks at Litz, but he cannot derive anything from Litz's expressionless face. Play it.
Ooh. Hey.
Celica switches the feed, and the projector screen on the parliament reveals a blurred figure, whose voice is unmistakably Karenina's.
Infection must danger the surface, so I must destroy the zero-point engine right now.
Breaking up. Oh my god, it's going down. Okay, so last time, I think last chapter, when we were doing this, like when we did one of these, it didn't count towards the percentage completion, which was a little odd. Because it used to always, but now it is again. So from this, we can predict that there are 20 chapters here, and we've just finished one. So I'm just saying trying to calculate how long it'll take. From here, we can also tell there's 9 combat stages. So 9 combat stages, 11 story stages. We'll see how it goes. We're good on time, so, let's get straight to it. Right to it. Here we go. Dream Machine. Okay, let me check my stream health stuff. (19.2) Dream Machine. That is the machine that carries humanity's dreams. To restart it, you are the best person for this job. Is that what Hassan tells her? Sounds like it. About 3 months ago, or a week after the twins appeared in the Puglia Forest Park ruins. Okay, I don't actually remember the timeline. The Puglia Forest Park ruins is the kind of like halfway through chapter 16, Evernight Beat. So this is before surviving Lusam, so a while ago. Looking down from Babylonia, the threat of the flying hetero creatures is ever present. Babylonia has paid a heavy price for trying to re-establish the nightmare route between itself and the surface, but no ace pilot has expected to get past the enemies that would not hesitate to throw their lives away. Even the arrival of a screw or a can of food will help the service greatly against this living hell, but the dreams of the many rescue pilots ultimately fall amidst the blue sky they once soared. This is no longer an issue of piloting skills. The engineers of Babylonia must provide a new solution as soon as possible. Yeah, so travel between Babylonia and surface has become impossible since the hetero creatures started to fly. Hey, it's Ember. I don't have a sensor sound. I never thought of adding one, but for this chapter, I kind of feel like I should. It's that or I fill in the blanks.
Shit, the engines should be putting out 150% power according to the spec. Why is the speed increase almost negligible right now? Horrible. I don't want to do this. Okay, let's keep going. As the Science Council is in charge of creating the Omega weapon, the task of creating a new aircraft engine that can counter the flying hetero creatures has been given to the engineering force. With her background as a member of the Cosmos Technician Union, Karenina is experienced in research and development in the energy and power sector, making her the best person for the job.
Hey, new guy, show me the records of the previous setup.
Actually, I joined the engineering force 2 years ago.
Did he call her new guy?
Actually, I joined the engineering force 2 years ago.
Oh, is that so? Why do I feel like I've never seen you before? Huh, forget it. It doesn't matter. Just give me the setup records right now.
Actually, it was the vice captain who...
new character. Don't bother. I don't know if it's someone we've seen before. I don't know.
Don't bother looking. I told them to swap out that outrageous part in your design with the standard one. Of course the output has dropped.
That's the vice captain. Swap out the outrageous part in your design with a standard one. A quiet voice. Okay, a quiet voice speaks among the rows of computers that sit in the corner of the development workshop. Teddy? Teddy?
Teddy, what the hell?
Karenina screams at where the voice came from, startling everyone in the workshop. But they quickly shrug and return to work with an expression of, here we go again.
Can you comprehend how many lives we had to lose on the surface for every minute we delay?
Karenina pushes away a wall of monitors before yanking the headphone off the girl hidden behind them. The one she calls Teddy. Ooh, so... I don't think we've seen her anywhere before, right? I think it's a completely new character. And she's not a future construct either, at least from what I know. I don't know. I haven't played ahead to CN, so I don't really know. But, I think the only ones that I don't know is, No One is coming next patch. And we have Bambinato, which we've actually met before. And then Han Ying, and then the newest one, Alisa. So it's none of them, so I have no idea who it is. I'm just going to make up a voice. She says she's described as a quiet voice.
Don't forget the value of life, isn't it?
I'm almost using a live voice.
We might not say it as much as you do, but every one of us knows why we are working around the clock. We know the stakes.
And explain why you replaced those parts.
The reason is simple. I didn't want to die.
Unruffled, Teddy enters a series of codes before pointing at the monitor in front of Karenina.
If we build it according to your design and have the engine runs at maximum capacity all the time, the smallest error during assembly will result in a hole on Babylonia, one as big as your head.
Karenina looks so angry. Karenina turns the monitor back toward Teddy and points at the numbers vehemently.
Is that it? Then don't screw up during assembly.
Maybe you can modify and assemble parts with a level of accuracy, but I'm afraid you won't find another daredevil as reckless as you are, and we don't have time to design an automatic assembly plant. The HQ tasked us to build a transport craft, not a high-speed coffin that goes up in flame and becomes an expensive firework display.
That's like what Karenina loves.
Oh,
Karenina cannot refute Teddy's words right this moment.
And this engine is too costly.
Excuse me? Costly? Who gives a damn at a time like this?
It's one thing that it costs a lot of money. What's worse is that it costs 3 times more power than the engines on our current transport crafts to run. Don't these transport crafts need to return after they land on the surface? Not to mention that Babylonia can't supply us with additional energy for the extra trips back and forth to Earth outside what they usually do.
If only we have time to optimize their power consumption.
Not that I have a better alternative, unless we could somehow get a source of unlimited power.
0-point energy, is it? It'd be great if humans actually had it in their hands.
If they could obtain this almost endless power source, it would dramatically change the state of the war. Ironically, 0-point reactors were the cause of the punishing virus outbreak. Karenina turns around and stares at the strategic interface on Earth status. People down there do not even have the leisure to worry.
How annoying. Stop dreaming about your fantasy field and start figuring out how to lower power consumption.
Collins!
Don't jump to conclusions, lassie. Your fantasy might not be out as reach as you imagine.
Karenina turns around to find a grinning, vulgar man, barging in and interjecting.
Hey, who the fuck are you, creep? This is Engineering Forces Workshop. We don't allow visitors, and we're not responsible if you hurt yourself.
How exquisite. Not that your workshop has worked out anything, has it?
What did you say?
Karenina behind him.
Teddy points at the man, and only then does Karenina notice that behind him are Hassan and Nicola.
President Hassan, Commander Nicola. All I can say is that we haven't made any significant progress on the new engine yet, if you want an update.
No one cares about some obsolete transport craft engines. What we need right now is a revolutionary weapon.
Karenina restrains herself and ignores the babbling man, questioning Hassan and Nicola with her gaze. My apologies, but this is Collins. He's currently the military's, The seemingly reluctant Hassan meets Nicola's eyes before clearing his throat and continuing. Kind of a consultant, let's put it like that. We have a very important project we need to discuss with you. Take a break, the rest of you. Teddy glances at Karenina and sighs, probably thinking that Karenina has gotten into trouble again. She then leads the rest of the team out of the workshop.
Alright then, let's not dally around what I need, lassie. You.
My name is Karenina!
How rude of me. Well, Karen. You must have heard what the Grey Raven Commandant brought me back from the Atlantis Research Center, right? The Omega File.
Hearing that term, Karenina's eyes narrow. She has no idea why the unremarkable man before her is one of the few people with access to this highly classified information. Hassan and Nicola were very clear about how confidential the Omega File must remain when they first informed her about it, tasking her to assist the Science Council in testing their theories.
So, you do know about it. Not a very good liar, aren't you?
Motherfucker!
Nicola barely manages to hold the furious Karenina back, even though he does wish to see her giving Collins a beating. I'll explain. The Science Council has successfully developed a prototype for the Omega weapon, but that is the most they can do. To produce it, we need to employ a 0-point reactor, and the only functional 0-point reactor we possess. There is no way to reach Earth right now, not to mention finding a running 0-point reactor on the surface to make the Omega weapon. But Earth is not the only place with a 0-point reactor.
The reactor in the lunar base? It could work.
But it's been closed forever since the outbreak, and no one has the slightest clue what's going on in there. It's why we desperately need someone with technical expertise in 0-point reactors to restart it.
So now you're knocking on our door. What a plan.
Collins grins and sits on a random machine tool, unconcerned with the dust and oil stains.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for any researcher in the energy field. You might even have your name forever remembered in human history.
Karenina knows that just because you're remembered does not mean you are remembered fondly. She learned it from her grandfather. Ooh. So I think in the preview, we heard her, reminiscing about her grandfather. So I'm sure we're gonna find out something. It's a little sad that, they kind of moved away from interludes. I really enjoyed the interludes. It's very, very character driven and very personal. PGR story here, a lot of it is melodrama, high stakes, big epic things happening, kind of like big politics and wars and battles and stuff like that. All right, let's continue. Let me check times. I think we're great. I think we're good on times. Yeah, we got half an hour. Let's keep going. I might eat a cough drop though. My voice is starting to hurt from call-ins.
I'm a scumbag. How do you like that?
I'm not interested. Find another dumbass to listen to your bullshit.
I should get a censor sound for tomorrow. I don't have one though.
How about this bullshit? I mean, let me put it another way. Do you think it's a good idea to ask some random team instead of the engineering force to restart a 0-point reactor?
Karenina is certain that there is no one in Babylonia, not even someone from the Science Council, who is more experienced than her in the field for this job. She is confident and proud of that fact.
That's not persuasion, creep. That's a threat.
Karenina stays silent for once, before turning toward Hassan. Sorry, my headphone cord is fraying. Right where it bends.
President Hassan, can the Omega weapon really beat the shit out of that fucking punishing virus?
I really want to censor for all of this. It'll be so much funnier. For what it's worth, it is our only hope. When the surface was ravaged by the punishing virus, Babylonia was humanity's hope for shelter. When the corrupt destroyed the defenses on Earth, constructs were humanity's hope for a fighting chance. And now, the development of the Omega weapon is humanity's hope for fighting back against this living hell. Can Karenina really afford to sit this one out?
I see. The engineering force will take this job, with 2 conditions. First of all, the people that stay behind will keep working on the new transport craft engine. The things they make will come in handy, I'm sure. Second...
Karenina pauses, then names her request. I was like, they're gonna leave us hanging. Oh no. Teddy steps outside the workshop. She has no idea how long since she last left the place. Hoping to take a break, she instead runs into someone unexpected. Oh, hello there. It's been a while. Confronted by the enthusiastic Norman, Teddy pretends not to see him. She just sits on the floor before opening her portable terminal and continuing to work on her codes. Norman, in turn, just smiles and walks to her side, looking at her work curiously. Is this where you work now? How is it, Christina? Happy with your job? Her name's Christina. Hearing that name, Teddy frowns and stops typing.
There's no Christina here. If you still have a brain, you remember that my name is Teddy, Mr. Norman.
Ooh, we got some history. Can't fault your brother for calling you how he always called you. Old habits die hard. So she's a rich girl too. Teddy is still staring at her screen, but her mind is elsewhere.
You, why would you go back to the Norman family?
Probably for that incomprehensible inheritance, I suppose.
Is that so? Congratulations then. I guess you're only here with us dirty and grimy folks for some family business, aren't you?
Bingo! What do you know? I've always said my sister's way smarter than me. Teddy sneers. her face quickly reverting to expressionless once again, and her fingers darting across the keyboard on her terminal.
Victoria, is she well?
Of course, at least better than you and I with our dirty work. Looking at the stains on her sleeves, Teddy glimpses at Norman's stylish outfit and smiles. But she throws a fit every time she sees me, asking for her sister to play with her. All I can do is tell her sister is working right now, and she'll be back once she's free.
Whoa, you're really a piece of shit, aren't you? How dare you lie to a child?
Norman laughs dramatically, seemingly unbothered by her insults. You haven't answered me yet, Teddy. Are you happy with your job? Teddy seems a little surprised, but she answers after a while.
It's fine. Not screwing around like you are in yours.
Good. Norman smiles gently, unlike before. Once his smile fades, Norman mumbles quietly. That's good. Alright. Just getting started. Though we are 10% done already, so. Times. We are good on times. Let's continue. Sire Rebirth. This is the battle stage. I don't know if she already has this frame or if they're gonna build it for her or anything. But I get the feeling we're gonna find some combat pretty soon. The moon, the closest celestial body to Earth. Back when humans were still unfamiliar with the world, the moon channeled all their wildest stories of the night. Some people thought it was the home of gods who observed humans from afar. Times changed, but the clarity of the moonlight was unchanging. It was not until the first human footprint was left on the moon did the age of stories and myths end for the silver night sky, declaring the beginning of humanity's golden age. It has been a week since Karenina and Teddy accepted the job and arrived at the lunar base. After completing the Omega prototype, Karenina began work on a new project.
Mind compatibility test complete. Frame stability rate. Hey, try to move your right hand. Like this? Yep, all good. The readings on the base stats of this frame have all exceeded the regular frames. Guess what kind of tech did that guy use in the base model he provided? Hey, Missy, can I get out now? 1 second. I need to read and record a disclaimer. A what now? The disclaimer that says I was forced to help you calibrate your frame, and I am in no way responsible if your frame explodes. The Cosmos Technician Union cannot hold me accountable if you are killed in the line of duty. Fuck you, bitch! Go to hell!
Wait.
Fuck you...
What is this? What is this word here? 6 letters. Swear word. No, 12 letters. Swear word. I have no idea. MOTAERFUCKE.
Motherfucker! Fuck you, motherfucker!
That's so dumb. Karenina could say it though.
Go to hell! Go to hell!
Brashly, Karenina pulls off the cables on her body and jumps up, stretching her limbs and moving her joints.
The frame is indeed performing nicely. Mobility, explosiveness, balance, all better than what I requested. They modified the frame based on your request, didn't they? Why are you surprised? I designed the changes, but the creep provided the base model of the frame. That's why we can complete it so quickly. Are we sure about the creep and the people in the lunar base?
Although she has followed Karenina to the moon, Teddy clearly distrusts Collins. The Collins gave her this one.
Not really. But that doesn't affect our work. As long as we can help the people on the surface, we'll do what it takes.
Karenina swings her transformable blast hammer, her weapon of choice, while Teddy watches from the side.
So, it's cool, isn't it?
Oh, she's smiling.
Yeah, it suits you.
Karenina was not expecting to hear Teddy complimenting her. She feels a little self-conscious.
I designed it after all. Not only does it pack a punch, but it can also adapt to different battles.
So she, I guess, a lot of the other, stories, they kind of have a big transition into their frame, it's kind of story one. This one's like, oh, she just got a new frame. It's okay, I guess. There's more story to be found.
A weapon that doesn't require careful maneuvers really fits a dumbass who only knows how to hold the trigger down. Hey, are you interested in helping me test my weapon? I need a target, you little shit.
I didn't realize it was Lee's birthday. Welcome back, Sphinxy. I didn't see any. I checked Reddit today. I didn't see any fan arts. Is it tomorrow maybe, or? Why what? I didn't. I did check Reddit today. I actually had some time to browse, but I didn't find any. Oh, time zones. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'll browse later. Happy birthday to Lee. Also, we are doing. I'm doing a new Divide story. So if you're trying to avoid spoilers right now, it is the 23rd for me right now. Right as the two are about to strangle each other, a middle-aged man in researcher garb enters the preparation room. He looks very awkward, crouching as he comes in. Happy birthday, Lee.
Hi. Actually, we have prepared something for you to test a new frame. You don't have to get your own target.
This miserable-looking man is Yarha. He is said to be the research director of this lunar base, but his obsequious attitude appears otherwise.
Director Yarha? We're just kidding.
Sure, fun fact, go ahead.
I was kidding too.
Right before the discomfort boils over, Teddy sighs and stands up from behind the calibration terminal.
Is the testing for the frame about to begin? Can you take us there, Director Yarha?
No fun fact, no spoilers. I don't want any spoilers. If it's a spoiler, I don't want it. You can only spoil up to what I've seen, which is, right here. Scene 3 in chapter 19.
Correct. This way, please. But I really was kidding.
Yeah, we know.
The two of them follow Yarha, leaving the preparation room and heading toward the testing area. Meanwhile, two men quietly start talking on the other side of the room. Oh, this guy, huh?
Is that frame the second request from the girl? But why would you provide her with the frame we developed as the base model? We spent so much effort to reverse engineer it for her, from her.
Collins.
Liz, you're being silly now. Don't be stingy with your baits if you want to catch a big fish. The fishermen in the Arctic told me that back when I was posted there. The more expensive the bait, the bigger the fish.
Patting Liz on the back, Collins starts walking toward the testing area, but he stops with some parting words before going further.
Don't disregard ancient wisdom, you know.
Watching Collins' departing figure, Liz tightens his tie.
Of course I'll remember that.
Ooh. Oh, battle time. Okay.
Testing. 1, 2.
Oh, it's too fast. I can't read it.
Voice start video recording. Wait, that's a little too far. Come a little closer. Stop, that's not good enough. Ugh, why is this AI so stupid? Activate battle simulation. Select difficulty.
Karenina, we need to test the frame under different pressure conditions and stages here.
Wait, do I have a... Oh, I can't skip. I have to click it.
I'll assist you with remote debugging if you are ready. Just give me a shout.
Okay then, frame energy set to stage 1. Basic. Food should be eaten 1 bite at a time. Pesky fishies should be taken care of 1 wave at a time. Let's start with basic performance.
There we go. Basic attack. Pow. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pow.
Not bad. Frame energy level 2.
Oh, what's this? Oh, ping test. Oh, I'm just supposed to ping. I don't think I'm supposed to re-ping, because I'm not getting any orbs from the basic attack.
Now we're getting the ball rolling. Level 3.
Wow. Wait, what's hyper tune? Oh, maybe I'm supposed to use the pings. Hold on.
Ooh, not bad for a warm-up. I knew there were going to be some hiccups during the design phase, but I wasn't expecting debugging to go so well the first time.
Hey, this is like the final one. She already has the bigger ears.
Looks like we need to strike while the iron's hot. Come here, drone. Time to try out this new frame's powers. Manual debugging interface is in. Found it. Overclocking mode enabled. Combat intensity maximum. Setting frame energy to stage 4.
Anti-gravity, here we go. Pow. 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 We have no ultimate though. Ouch.
Oi.
Pow. Pow. Oh, there we go.
Time to give you guys a show. Stage restriction lifted. Full power strike.
Karenina, wait. Using such a powerful move in this air like this will...
I can't hear you. You know, the wind is blowing too strong here.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Oh, ouch. Oh, we already have 99 energy. Pow!
Then forgive us.
Somehow this is worse than Project Sekai already. I don't know why or how. I mean, for one thing, definitely. You know, what's that?
Oh, I kinda went overboard. At least the test was completed, and the recording should have been uploaded as well. Alright, I promise I'll fix you once I've got time. Heh.
I think Project Sekai, you know, they kind of alternate between. I do have to listen to the Japanese, so I have more time to rest. But this one, I kind of just go non-stop. So it's essentially, you know, twice as much talking, twice as much acting, and, you know, way more variety of voices because there's just so many characters. I am dying a little bit though. I'm feeling it already. The tests on the new frame are over quickly. The new frame's sire has proven to operate adequately in low gravity. Good job. The results are better than what we expected, Karenina.
It's over already? I was just getting started. Enough. Are you planning to break the moon apart?
What do you say, Karen? This frame's doing alright, isn't it?
Karenina gives Collins a sidelong glance, loathing to answer the man, walking toward her with his arms extended.
It's you again. You certainly look like you've got nothing to do.
Ah, my looks can be deceiving. You have no idea how much I care about this frame's performance.
I don't know how you did it, but it certainly performs better than other regular models.
Construct Death hasn't stopped advancing after all. The field has been expanding like bread dough rising ever since your grandfather, Dr. Kalon, established his foundation.
Karenina is surprised to hear her grandfather's name from Collins.
Hey, do you know Grandpa?
Karenina's grandfather never told her about his past. She only learned about some of it through various documents and files. But she has the feeling that some key information has been scraped from each of these files, as if someone had been intentionally hiding Kalon's past.
So, Dr. Kalon didn't tell his granddaughter anything for Rito. What a madman. Wasting that genius brain of his.
Everyone in the slums, where Karenina grew up, treated the oddly behaving Kalon as a madman, but he never seemed to mind.
Don't forget the value of life. I also heard him say that quite a lot. As a researcher of the construct experiment, he was certainly an odd fella, even before he went cuckoo.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my throat's dying.
But that was precisely why he was one of the few people I respected. How nice it'd be if he were still here with us.
Collins looks like he's about to cry, before suddenly smacking his forehead excitedly, as if he has recalled something.
Right. Let me show you Dr. Kalon's lab.
Mr. Collins, the lab. Oh, my throat's dying. Collins waves his hands and stops Yarha from continuing.
Grandpa was here on the lunar base?
Rather, over half of this lunar base was built for Dr. Kalon and his construct experiments.
This quietly reminds Colin how dangerous he is acting.
Are you sure telling them about our biggest secret? This can mess up all of our plans. It's fine. The cat would be out of the bag sooner or later if our wish were to come true. And they can help us unlock the mysterious treasure trove quicker. Nothing else matters.
Let me read that again. So he's not supposed to be telling them that, half the lunar base was for the construct experiments. Colin starts moving without waiting for anyone. Karenina hesitates for 1 second before deciding to follow, only to find Teddy holding onto her wrist.
Hey, don't you find those people suspicious? Suspicious as hell, but I think it's true that they know something about Grandpa. Even Babylonia doesn't know. Not that I care about his past, but I guess I couldn't stay away from any opportunity to know more about him. It was my only family after all. I don't expect a rich girl from a big family like you to understand. Family? Oh, forget it. I'll come with you.
Teddy shakes her head and follows Collins alongside Karenina. Collins leads the two of them through several security checkpoints under careful inspection. Each checkpoint is guarded by a few construct soldiers without squad designation.
That's a lot of guards for one laboratory.
Well, we have a baby angel in there we can't afford to let loose. Not that these folks can do much if she does intend to go.
Ooh, what's going on? Collins does not explain further. After going through the last checkpoint, he opens the door to the construct laboratory. Is Luna there? Is Luna on the Luna? Oh my god! We've been waiting a whole year for this. The dark environment almost devours whatever light comes through the door from the outside, leaving the ghostly blue light emitted by the device in the center of the room the only thing glowing.
Hey, isn't that the Omega prototype we made?
It is the Mega Omega weapon, requiring 0-point energy reactor to keep running. Several times the size of its original design, it was built to test and observe the practicality of the Omega weapon. But as the blue light flashes, they see a pale young girl inside. Bounded, she looks to be at peace, as if she is sleeping. Oh my god. We haven't seen Luna in a whole year. It's finally going down. I've been waiting for this for a whole year. She is the first ascendant human. She is the first ascendant humans know about, the culprit of Babylonia's near fall, and the first ascendant to approach humans directly. Luna. Trying to say it like Lucia does, or like Alpha does. Luna. Luna. Almost instinctively, Karenina takes out her weapon and aims at Luna, but she is surprised to find all the guarding construct soldiers pointing their guns at her.
What? What are you doing? Do you know what that is?
Of course, everything here is built for her.
Luna's on the Luna. Collins casually gestures to the surrounding soldiers to lower their arms before stepping toward Luna, standing before her under the blue light, watching the girl with delight.
But bullshit! Get out of my way! She's an Ascendant, an enemy to all of humankind!
Sure, Ascendants can take lives. The punishing virus she wields can take lives.
Collins grins and turns around, staring at Karenina fearlessly.
The constructs can also take lives, and so can the hammer you wield. Ascendants aren't necessarily humanity's enemies, unlike being weak. Isn't that why we armed ourselves with science, changing the world?
My voice is dying. I don't know if I can go on for another hour. I might just end here.
When the day we unlock the secrets of the Ascendants comes, granting us the power of the Ascensionary, those beings that once threatened humanity's existence will turn into the light that guides our—
Oh my god, my voice hurt. My throat hurts so much. It wasn't doing well last night already. It was doing pretty badly last night. Even though I didn't do any story, it was a little unusual. I thought maybe I caught something. Let's see if we can finish this chapter.
When the day we unlock the secrets of the Ascendant comes, granting us the power of the Ascensionary, those beings that once threatened humanity's existence will turn into the light that guides our evolution.
Collins flicks his hands, and all the lights in the laboratory focus on where he stands.
Like how it witnessed the development of constructs, this moon will witness the second time humanity evolves. The moment we become Ascendants.
Turning humans into Ascendants? Did you hurt your head?
I was there when Luna was born. I know what happened in City 075. What she did was akin to sacrificing herself. Doesn't that prove that humans and Ascendants aren't really that different? Eternal life. Unlimited power. We don't need to fear the punishing virus anymore. It will be ours to command.
I can't even do Collins' laugh. And my water is like almost all gone already.
Of course, that's the ideal outcome. Right now, all we can do is use this Mega Omega weapon as insurance when we awake Luna, and ask her about what we couldn't find with technological means. The secrets of the ASNet.
Collins might be mad, but he's not a fool. His grandiose vision is not built on a shaky foundation. So there's a device in the center of the room. It's a mega weapon requiring the 0-point reactor to keep running, several times the size of its original design. As the blue light flashes, and they see the girl there. Okay. So that's the reactor, and then that is the weapon. And then it's kind of like holding Luna hostage. But she's asleep.
Even if Luna wants to escape, this cage can absorb the punishing virus to cripple or even kill her. But without 0-point energy, this cage is nothing but a pretty vase. That's why you need us to restart the 0-point reactor. Clearly, that is what you're truly after. There's no way the Parliament would approve it. Who the hell are you guys?
Collins laughs wildly, slowly walking toward the center of the laboratory.
We're the oldest madmen in human history. You might have heard of the name we used to call ourselves. Kurono.
Oh my god, we can't stop. We have to stop though. My voice is dying already. Oh my god, I want to do this tomorrow. I want to cancel the normal PGR stream. Oh, it looks like 21 chapters. Oh man. This is getting, oh my god, I've been complaining for the last year. When are we going to get back to Luna? And it's finally happening. Wow. But I cannot go on anymore. I'm sorry. My voice won't work, especially with so much Collins. Collins is one of the hardest voices to do. Or it's one of the most taxing. It's easy to do since it's a male voice, but it's taxing like Vonnegut. It's taxing in a different way that you know, like female voices are. Female voices a lot of a lot of tightness. Like I kind of like, you know, so you know vocal cords, they tighten when you go higher pitch, and then they kind of relax and expand to go lower. I think that's how it works. But anyways, it's a different type of thing, but I can definitely feel it. And I kind of felt it this morning already. I don't know. I hope I didn't catch anything. But oh my god, it's finally going down. And yeah, so I will come back to this pretty soon. I don't know when though, but probably I'll see how I feel tomorrow. If it is, you know, I will try to do, you know, we have a new week of stuff to do. We have, you know, Warzone, Pain
もう
Cage.
休んでください、指揮官。残りのことは休息と整備が終わった後にまた考えましょう。
Thank you, Lucia. You know, we have Pain Cage, Warzone, stuff like that to do. So it will be, but you know, there are not too many events. This is all done. This is almost done. This is done. So it's just this one, and that's not even for a few days. So it will be pretty fast. We can, you know, rush through it, and we can get back to the story. That's what I really want to do. So probably tomorrow. As for tomorrow, there may be a small chance that I have time to stream once in the afternoon. Again, it's a maybe, so no promises again. It feels like today though, I felt horrible, so it didn't happen. But thank you everyone for watching. I need to run another short ad break here, but this is the end of the stream. So yeah, if you enjoy the stream, please hit me with a follow. Really appreciate it. And thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll try to continue this story pretty soon. Hopefully tomorrow night. You know, unless my voice is really bad. But I will be back tomorrow night, you know, irregardless, for Punishing Grey Raven. But hopefully we can do story as well. Alright, thank you everyone. Good night. Alright, sorry, that's about it now. So thank you for sitting through that ad, but it's the end of the stream, so I will, yeah, I can't go on doing the Collins voice. It's just killing me right now. It's killing me. Yeah. Oh god. I love doing Collins though. He's such a scumbag. It's so easy to pull off. I mean, character wise, personality wise. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Yep, that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Good night everyone. Bye bye.